Hello, Assalamualaikum. Today, it's our turn to explain to all of you guys about the other current issues in education, which focusing on education and globalization issues. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 4 are the content of our video. The first one is about international education that will be presented by Emiza. The second one is transnational education that will be presented by Nur Shahira. Next, brain drain and brain gain that will be presented by Sharifah Hazira. And last but not least is about brain waste that will be presented by Putri Diana. Happy watching!
Hi, Assalamualaikum, hola, ni hao, namaste, konnichiwa, annyeong. So, the first part of this video, I will explain about international education. So, these are the content of my video. The first one, I will explain about what is international education. The second one, I will explain why people choose international education. And the third one, I will explain the issues regarding international education. So, let's take a look one by one. So the first one, let's take a look about the definition of international education. So as you can see here, international education is the mobility of learners or students who go to another part of the world to study or to do a research or to teach. For example, Malaysian students go to China to study, or Chinese students come to Malaysia to study, or any other country in the world. International education allows students to think with an international or global perspective through connecting them with different societies and belief systems. This will help students to understand and embrace cultural differences and similarities. The primary goal of international education are furthering knowledge and cultural capital, learning about places and cultures, and gaining intercultural skills in the process.
International education means to me that you have a new experience.
It's creating new network opportunities around the world.
Cultural empathy. It's an opportunity to not just learn about other cultures, but learn about what makes them different and similar to yours.
Connect with other people around the world and do that through knowledge of other cultures, and also do that through the knowledge of our shared human experience.
International education to me was a way to see the world outside of the lens that I currently had in America.
Do you ever wonder why people choose international education? So there are a lot of reasons actually why people choose international education. But in this video, I will only focus on these 3 things. The first one, international education gives better learning opportunities. International education makes it easier for students to receive the best possible teaching in the chosen field of study. This is because students can apply to study at the leading institution in the world for the subject, rather than settling on what institutions are close to home. The second reason why learners or students choose international education is because they can learn new language and culture. Students or learners, they are able to bridge the cultural and linguistic divides that exist not only within our country but also globally. without an appreciation for other cultures, other language, national history of other countries, and the problems and contribution of other countries, people think that learners or students will not be able to become effective global leaders. So people who choose international education believe that international education promoting a better understanding of appreciation for other people, other cultures, religion, and other geographies. After we have discussed about the reason why people choose international education, now the last part of this video, I will explain about the issues regarding international education. So these three issues is the major issues that being discussed by people out there. So the first issue about international education is about international education make it difficulty in communicating with people. Communication is one of the major issue for most of the students in international education. It is not about trouble between fellow mates, but also sometimes students might not understand what lecturers speak and try to communicate during the process of teaching and learning. So this sometimes might lead to depression and stress among the students about the whole process of getting knowledge and getting educated. So this is considered as the one of the major issue in international education. The second issue about international education is the chances of students to being exposed to non-ethical things. Altogether, studying in international education basically gives lots of cultural shocks. This is because there is a mix of culture and people have a different lifestyle. So this might not suit everyone, and sometimes student tends to adopt non-ethical things prevailing from different country people. So this is also a reason for some students not choosing actually international education for education. Let's take a look about this short drama.
Saya pergi dulu ya, Mak. Mak jaga diri tau dekat sini. Okeylah, kamu pun jaga diri dekat sana. Belajar rajin-rajin ya. Okey, Mak. Selamat tinggal. Hai, saya Ellie. Saya pelajar baru dekat sini. Hai Ellie, aku Luna. Aku pelajar third year kat sini. Kau kalau ada apa-apa masalah, kau bagi tahulah aku. Mana tahu aku boleh tolong apa-apa, okey? Ellie, jom teman aku makan jap. Oh, okey, boleh je. Ellie, esok je teman aku pergi shopping. Alah, esok aku ada kelas lah. Alah, boleh lah, please, kali ni je. Okeylah, boleh lah, esok je, okey? Seronoklah cerita dekat wayang tadi. Thanks tau ajak aku. Tapi aku penat lah. Kau rehat je lah. Esok tak payah pergi sekolah. Nanti hari lain kau datang lah. Tahu, kau rehat je. So, you are early, right? Yes. I've been told that you're not coming to class 3 days in a row. If you repeat the same mistake, you can be punished and dismissed from the school. I'm so sorry. I promise I will not repeat again. Okay, I give you a second chance.
The last issue in international education is institution credits might not be valid or accepted everywhere in this world. Every country has its own credit rules, and it cannot be expected to be accepted in every country in the world. There are a lot of many chances few university accredit which are not accepted in all countries. So this might cause a loss after knowing this letter after graduation. Hence, in order to avoid this kind of risk, people avoid to choose international education. So I think international education quite familiar with all of you guys, compared with other 3 points that my friends will explain. After this, my friends will explain about transnational education. Don't get confused with international education and transnational education.
Hey, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Syairah binti Muhammad Radzi. I am going to discuss about transnational education with you today. Okay, if you already listen carefully what Amiza already explained in the first part about international education, you already have the insights and idea of what is international education. And if you can see, the title for this part is transnational education. You might think that transnational and international education is the same, right? Because of the word and because of you describe it personally. Okay, do you want to know what is transnational education? If you want to know, then stay focused in this part. I'm going to explain and discuss with you together about what is transnational education and the issues regarding transnational education. Okay? So if you hear transnational and international education, you might think it is the same, right? But it has a slight difference between those two. Okay, so what defines transnational education? Transnational means across the globe. And transnational education means that education that takes place across the globe, that takes place in another country. Basically, okay, we see the definition or the meaning of transnational education from a student's point of view, okay? Okay, transnational education means that taking skill and qualification from another country and delivering it into another country. Okay, for example, okay, Amina, I would say Amina. Amina study in Canada. She decided to study in Canada. So in Canada, she acquires skills, knowledge, qualification, qualities, system. She learned the system in Canada, and then after finish her study, she went back to Malaysia and apply those skills and what she have learned in Canada and apply it in Malaysia. Okay, that is what means by transnational education. So how about from an educator point of view, from the training providers? Okay, so for the training providers, this is from an educator point of view. How and why she would choose transnational education. Okay, this is because the uncapped market that is very high demand from another country. So they want the skills and the workforce and also the knowledge from the educators from this country to apply to the host country. By utilizing the skill that the teacher have and the workforce, they might have decrease of workforce, so they want a lot of educators to in that certain field of study. So therefore it is actually a win-win situation for both parties, because the host country can utilize the knowledge and skills to their own country, and the teacher will get a good payment as well. Okay, now that you already have a little bit of insights of what transnational education, so we are going to see what the issues regarding transnational education. So the first issues that I found regarding transnational education is the quality challenges or quality reassurance, because they know the certain country know that many people or many students will come to the country to study in the certain field of study, so they might do a collaboration partnership with the universities. So when the collaboration and the partnership does not function locally and externally across the globe, it will become an issue, because they does not revise the curriculum very carefully. So it will be an issue for the student when they go back to their own country, so they cannot apply all the knowledge and the skills to their own country. That will be the problem regarding the quality reassurance. And also it is said that when many people that come to the country to study in a certain field of study, so they will open up many registration for that courses, and they are putting a lot of registration, and they open up to all the students, and so it is very easy to enter the certain courses. So it is said that they are taking advantages on the students because they does not revise the curriculum properly, and also they are putting quality behind. So it is said that they are putting quality of some transnational collaborative on the line, which does not give advantage or benefit to the students when they go back to the country. So that is the first issue regarding the transnational education. So remember, if the students or your student wants to study abroad, so you have to very carefully give them advice, because this is a very serious issue which can affect them in the future or long term. Okay. For the second issues regarding transnational education that I have found is about cultural or different teaching style. Okay, as you already know, different countries have different culture, different language, different races, and many differences between countries, right? So this might contribute problems or arising problems to the students. Okay, but the students have a lot of students already aware of the differences before they fly to study in a foreign country. So if it's a Malaysian student, most of Malaysian students that study under government, they have a certain program that need them to study the foreign language that they want to fly. They want to fly to the certain country. They have to learn the language first before they fly to the country, to ensure that they understand what the educators in the certain country are teaching in front of them, or to make them easier to adapt to another country. I bet a lot of students are already aware of this, but in terms of language, there are a lot of accent and many things that influence the cultural system, how the programs work. So it will be a lot of hard work in adapting to the system and culture while studying. Okay, so this issue said that this issue is said to affect the students' satisfaction in studying in the foreign country. So they might not satisfied with the system. The system might be different, and the language maybe they use English but have accent, Okay, so it will lead to stress among the students. Okay, that's for the second one that I have found, the issues regarding transnational education. The third issues regarding this is said to be localization of subject taught. Localization of stages. It means that the university only stress, or the syllabus or curriculum only stress based on the local situation, which means that I give you example. Okay, a medic students went to this country to learn about medic that can be applied to his or her own country, right? And can apply worldwidely. But when she go to this certain country, only stress and put a lot of pressure, and the syllabus cover only the topic that applies to their own country, which is applied to their local area. So it does not benefit to the students. It will be problem when she or he comes to their own country back. They go back to their own country to work, so it will be a bit difficult to adapt to their own country, because what they have learned before cannot be applied in their own country and also worldwide. So it is very important to firstly survey the curriculum of the curriculum of the university that give you and the certain field of study before you decide to go there. Okay, that is all from me. I hope there will be a lot of issues more regarding this, but this is all what I can discuss in this video. Okay, thank you. Let's proceed to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to all of you. My name is Sharifah Hazirah binti Said Musa and I will explain about brain drain and brain gain. So, what is brain drain and brain gain? First of all, let's take a look on the definition of brain drain. Brain drain. According to Cambridge English Dictionary, brain drain is the situation where large amount of skilled and educated people leave the country to live and work in another one where pay and condition are better. This is a global phenomenon which not only occur in Malaysia. A study in the Southeast Asia by Boston Consulting Group state that the country of choice are Australia, Singapore, and United Kingdom, which are the most developed country. Ladies and gentlemen, the majority of migration is from developing to developed country. A study by World Bank as earlier as 2010 to 2011 state that 1 in 10 skilled Malaysian who born in Malaysia choose to leave the country and ply their trade and skill elsewhere. But why it happened? Okay, one of the prominent factors for brain drain in the country is the lack of suitable job opportunities. The Malaysian economic primarily centered around production and manufacturing rather than research and development. This result in a high demand of semi-skilled labor and a drastic lack of highly skilled job opportunities like scientist, engineer, architect, academician, and more. And the other factors that lead to brain drain is the better standard of living and quality of life, high salary, access to advanced technology, and more stable political condition. All of these factors do attract talents from other country to move to the country. My fellow audience, brain drain is a big loss to a country. Malaysia had lost many talent and expertise that can increase the economic process, life development, and people well-being. If we don't stop a rapid brain drain, Malaysia will of course face a shortage of important and skilled workers that can ensure the developing of Malaysia. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, let's proceed to brain gain. Basically, brain gain is the opposite phenomenon from brain drain. What is brain gain? Brain gain, according to Cambridge English Dictionary, is the immigration of educated and talented people to our country. This is regarded as beneficial to the country economic and societies. And brain drain happen due to the advantages that one country had, which attract the talents from other countries to move to their country. And brain gain, of course, will give benefit to the country where they will have many skilled and talented workers from all over the world. However, if this phenomenon not be controlled, it may lead to high population. A very high population will give disadvantages to its own people, like the declining of job opportunities. So, ladies and gentlemen, both brain gain and brain drain should be handled wisely and should be controlled from time to time so that it will give no harm to the country. So that's all from me.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Putri Dana binti Muhammad Asri. So, how are you? I hope you can stay safe during this pandemic. Okay? So today I'm going to present to you on brain waste. Do you know what is brain waste is? If you don't know, please watch my presentation until the end. Okay? For your information, actually, I also don't know what is brain waste is. But after I got this issue, I go to the Google and find the article related to this issue, and I found out that it is important for us to know what is brain waste. So, let's start with the definition of brain waste. Based on the article that I found, the research of RIS 2001 said that brain waste is a situation with skill downgrade, where an individual is working in a job that requires skill level lower than one she or he has acquired. Sounds great, right? But I know some of you might be not understand within this definition. So, let's watch the video first and then you'll be more understand what is brain waste is. Okay? Let's go. Okay, from the video that you watched just now, I'm sure some of you might have an idea what is brain waste is. Okay, so let's discuss about the video that I've showed to you together. Okay, based on the video, you can see there is a man who have a higher skill level on physics and mathematics, but he working as a cleaner, right? Why is it happen? This is how brain waste happening. Okay, let's see what is the impact of brain waste and what is the relationship of brain waste and brain drain. Before we go deeper on the effect of brain waste to our society, to our country, to ourselves, let's talk about the relationship of brain drain and brain waste first. From the explanation that has been presented from Sharifah Hazirah just now on what is brain drain is, we can conclude that brain drain, brain waste cannot be happen without brain drain. Okay, what is that? Okay, actually, this both issue is very important for us and educated to know. For you to be more understand, let's see the drama that I've prepared to you together so that you can be more understand on this both issue. Okay, let's go. Once upon a time, there is a man named Mutu. Mutu have a high skill in surgery. He decided to migrate to US for become a doctor there. Arrived there, he realized that there is so many people applying the same job as him. He tried to apply the job that he wanted to, but he failed. Mutu realized that he has a family to support. Thus, he decided to work as a waiter. After you watch the drama, I'm sure you already understand what is the meaning of brain waste and the relationship of a brain drain issue and a brain waste issue, right? So now, let's discuss on the effect of brain waste to our community, to our economy, to our society. What happening is, with brain waste, then skilled migrant run the risk of not accessing the reward to human capital in the destination country. In particular, brain waste occur since the migrant skills are not fully recognized in the destination market, and therefore skilled migrants end up working as unskilled. The brain waste then emerge because an individual has incurred the cost to acquire education, but he or she does not reap the benefit of it. In this sense, a skilled migrant runs the risk of brain waste. Loss in economy. What is happening is research estimate that nearly 2 million college-educated immigrants are either working in low-skilled jobs or unemployed in the US labor market. UTBW estimate that due to the underutilization of immigrant college graduates, result in tens of billions of dollars in foreign earnings and tax annually. Less likely to earn family sustaining wage and achieve financial stability for them and family. Last but not least, let's talk about the possibility of skilled workers that want to migrate not facing brain waste. Okay, first, what you have to know is, you have to understand first why brain waste happen. Brain waste happen when the migrant skills are not fully recognized in the destination market. So what you have to do is, you have to know your destination market. You have to know the country you want to go. If you are engineer and you have a skill on that thing, you have to know the country you want to go. Whether you have to know to go to India or you have to go to Australia, it depends. Number 2, as we all know, migration are mostly relevant to developing country. So what is happening here is, the skilled worker will focus on this kind of country to migrate. So when there is a huge amount of skilled worker go into that country, that particular country, that must be difficult for you to sustain in the country and work as you wanted to be in that country, so that you will have a brain waste there. This is the end of my presentation. I hope you learn a lot from this issue. Okay? Meet me again. Bye. Thank you.